Hi everyone, hello and welcome. Hello, seductive. Hi guys and welcome back to a brand new piercing video. So this one has been quite a highly requested video, and that is to do an update on my Dermal Conch punch in my left ear. So just over a year ago, I did get a 6mm Dermal Conch punch in my left ear, and it was quite a grueling process. It was very like scary, and I had to think about it a lot, and it took a long time for me to actually sort of build up the courage to actually go do it. It's not the most common thing that a lot of people have. It's very rare, I would say. So this is what it does look like with the jewelry in. It's just a 6mm flesh tunnel. I absolutely love it. So this is purple anodized stainless steel. I think that's what the correct, I got it a long time ago. I think it's stainless steel. Anyway, it is like not acrylic, what some of my other stuff is. I wanted to make sure that this one wasn't acrylic just because it kind of is like quite an invasive thing, and it is inside my ear. So I wanted to make sure the jewelry was like a higher quality than some other stuff. I get a lot of people going on about me like, why do you wear acrylic jewelry? Why do you wear it? Because I'm not rich. I don't have loads of money to go and spend like proper like all the high-end stuff. Like, anyway, like I said before, people in the community are very judgmental. And so this is what the piercing does look like when the jewelry is out. I absolutely love it. I think the hole looks really nice. I don't think, you know, it's quite a perfect circle. Like I know during like the process of healing, you could knock it and things and it might sort of rip it ever so slightly and you might have weird little bumps or whatever. But I think it's healed really nicely. I don't think I've had any real problems with it in that sense. Although I have knocked it a few times, which I will get to a little bit later. So, I absolutely love this piercing. However, it's been eventful, and it has definitely been one of those ones that I needed to kind of be like, you need to be certain to get it done. First of all, this is a piercing that's never ever gonna go back to normal. Cartilage does not regrow. Cartilage doesn't really shrink. I think if I was to leave it out, it could potentially shrink down a tiny bit, but I would always be left with a big hole in my ear. So this is definitely one that you have to be certain on before you do get it, because like I said, it's not gonna go back to normal. So it's a permanent piercing, which is why for me, I absolutely quite like it, because it's like my first kind of like modification that will never go away, and I'm like, I love it, and it makes me kind of really excited to know that. So the first time that I did go to get this done, I was actually turned away in the studio. The woman said to me that she didn't want to do it because, you know, it's risky, and she wanted to make sure that I really thought about it. So unfortunately, the first time I did go to get it done, I couldn't. So I ended up getting my nose pierced instead, because I needed to get something done. I was like, I have to get something. I need my cravings, so I'm gonna get my nose done. So I went back 4 weeks later, I want to say, and I did go get the left side of my Dermal Conch done. Pain-wise. Now, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but it was still very painful. I do, like a lot of the times before I get piercings done, I watch a lot of videos online of people getting the piercings that I want done. That way I can kind of have like an idea of kind of what their reactions are like, or what it looks like if it bleeds a lot and all that kind of stuff. So I've seen a lot of videos, and a lot of people were a bit like triggered, like really badly triggered from getting it done. And they were like screaming and shouting and stuff and like fainting, and I was just like, oh, that's nice, I'm gonna get this done, that's fun. I kind of hyped myself up a lot, and it was like, I was shaking on the chair, I was lying down going, this is gonna be devastating, this is gonna be devastating. So I think because I had that hype in my head, when it was actually done, it wasn't that painful, but actually it was painful. I just thought it was gonna be so much more painful, so it kind of like dulled it down. I know what I'm trying to say. Does this make sense? I don't know. So where the problems came in with it was the healing process. Oh my God, this was so annoying. When you get like a normal ear piercing, you get something up here or something up here, you kind of like keep it like still or whatever. If you touch around it, it kind of aches. But if you touch any part of your ear, like that's not that one part, it's fine. But the Dermal Conch punch is in the center of the ear. It's a big part of your ear, and it moves wherever you touch your ear. So you do this, and it was hurting. You do this, and it was hurting. You do this, and it was hurting, because it all of it's kind of attached, and the middle part would move. I would wake up in the night because I hit it when I was asleep, and it would wake me up because it would hurt. When I was changing, I would always knock even if I just fraction that knocked my earlobe, it would hurt, and it was just like really annoying. So the aching sensation lasted a long time. I'm surprised actually that I didn't get any keloids or bumps or anything on it, because I did knock it a few times. So I'm not really too sure how I managed to like avoid that, but it was like perfect for me. But it was very annoying for the healing. Like the piercing itself was like just aching a long time. Another thing I did find is I did tend to lose the jewelry quite often. I had like a weird little plug in it. It was like a white, it was like a cylindrical plug. And it was like a thick thing. I'll show you a photo because I've got photos around of it. And it kept falling out. And now it really annoyed me because I don't know if maybe it was the material it was made out of, or like as it would get wet, it would become like slippery, like, you know, because your ear still kind of oozes for the first like few weeks of having the piercing. And it kept coming loose, and it kept coming off when I was asleep and things. And I don't know if it kept coming out because obviously the back of it was only covered by sort of like that black ring that sort of holds plugs in. Like it wasn't like a screw or anything. So it did actually take about 6 to 7 months for it to fully heal. It it was a long process for this one. So I had like a 6mm hole taken right out of my ear in an instant, straight away, no stretching or anything. It was just like a big thing, like a chunk taken out. So it was a much bigger surface area that needed to heal. So it was a longer process than normal, but I absolutely love it. And I'm so happy that I have had it done. Now I did have a problem with one of my tunnels I did have in. I did use an internally threaded plug and oh my gosh, I could not remove it. It got stuck in my ear. And because obviously my ear was still healing and things, like the ooze would get into like the screw mechanism and it made it basically get stuck. So I had to go back to my piercer to actually have it taken off, and Veronica had to like use two like tools and things to try and get it off and stuff. And oh my god, it was all like rusted on the inside and I was like, this is a shitty piece of material. So one of the reasons why the piercer didn't want to do it to start with, which is a different piercer than who actually did it for me, was because she said to me there is like a potential risk of losing your hearing. Now basically your ears work as like a satellite canal kind of thing, you could say. So the sound comes in and then sort of goes into your ear canal and then goes into your like eardrum, blah blah blah. I'm not sure what the terminology of these things are, but like it hits your ear and obviously it's got this like surface area ear, so the sound sort of travels round the the dish of your ear. And basically when you have a hole in it, the sound doesn't, go into it. It just goes straight through. So your hearing could like lessen at all. I haven't had that happen to me at all. I've had no problems with that kind of thing, so I don't know if that's maybe certain people or certain size ears or whatever. I have quite big ears, and I think maybe because I've got big ears, it hasn't really like affected me at all. Like there's still enough space for the sound to travel in. Another thing that you have to be wary about is it can cause your ears to collapse. I think sometimes depending on your size of your ear again, for me I got a quite big ear, so there's a lot of like structure there to hold things together, but some people's ears can collapse by taking it because you are taking a lot of the structure away. So you have to make sure that you do have the right size for your ear and make sure that you do your research and don't just get it done because you think it's cool. Like some people just can't get certain piercings done because of that, the risks and things. Also, another thing you have to bear in mind is, oh my god, sleeping. Now I never normally have problems with sleeping and stuff, but like I said, it would wake me up quite a few times when I had it done because of the pain and things. Now I was told again by the piercer that there is potential that you can't really sleep on that side anymore. Again, for me, I have quite big ears and I think that's probably what it is. One of the reasons why I can still, I can go on this side and there's no damage and there's no problems now. So I can sleep on this ear and have no worries. So please bear in mind that there could potentially be a risk for you. But all in all, I am completely in love with my Dermal Conch punch. I absolutely adore it. I kind of wish in some way I went to an 8mm, not 6, because like I wish it was a little bit bigger, but then that's just me never being satisfied. So I'm a bit of like, I'm a bit like that. And I was kind of thinking about maybe getting another one up here and having like a hole here. Like I think that'd be really cool. And maybe like have like a big hole there and then put like a hoop through it, like one of these through it. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know whether I will or not, I don't know. That's something that I have to like figure out myself. If you do happen to have any more questions regarding this piercing, please let me know down below and I will happily answer as many as I possibly can. I love you guys so much. Massive thank you to everyone who has supported me. Make sure you hit the like button so if you help me out. Come and follow me on my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All that stuff is in the description. A massive shout out to Nirum Shroom. I still need to work out how you say your name. And Jessica, who have become my 2 top new Patreons. Thank you so much. There's a Patreon link down below if you want to come and like support me on Patreon and help me do this full time and things, and that would be amazing. And I love you guys, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for brand new videos. So be fabulous, amazing, be gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let any bitch they take on with you because you are flawless. Yes.